We are heading to a very unusual village. Yes, the village we're going to is called Kushkoi, and apparently this village, the people communicate in a very unusual way.
We're Marianne and Chris. In May 2018, we quit the 9-to-5, rented our house to travel full time. Due to the pandemic, our attempt to drive around the world has been put on pause.
Finding ourselves in Turkey, we are going to show you the best this country has to offer. Good morning. This morning we are finally leaving Trabzon. We've had a really good time here, but our timing today I think is good because behind you can see that they've started roadworks. And roadworks means noise, and in van life it is noisy. So today we are heading down the coast towards a town called Gorele on the Black Sea as we finally wheedle our way back towards Istanbul over the next few weeks, because we've heard that in Gorele you have to eat Gorele pide. We've arrived in the town of Göreme, and one of the things that this town is famous for is pide. So we're going to go and have a little walk around and see if we can find some really traditional looking pide.
There's lots of choy. Oh, there's a policeman.
Oh, there's a little square there. Should we go and have a look at the square? That looks quite nice. It's a little square. Maybe the centre of town.
That does not look like an English kebab, does it?
No, that looks like real meat.
Chocolate
What do you reckon?
There you go. Perfect Turkish.
So we just said, Marianne just said Gorele pide, and they pointed down here. So
No, I said Gorele pide. Beautiful. And then I did that, where do you think that is? And they all said down here.
I know from looking online there is actually a name of a place called Gorele pide, but we'll go and see if we can find it. Down there maybe? Super pide. England.
England.
Yeah. Oh, down here?
Oh, here.
Evet. Orada.
Or there.
There.
They're everywhere.
I don't know.
Which one do you want to go?
We'll go to that one then, maybe.
Huh? Okay, let's try over here. We're back to Trudy again.
Somebody messaged me and said you have to go to Gorele to eat pide. It's the best pide. So we came to Gorele to find pide.
So this lovely gentleman is going to show us where we can find some pide.
What's this one? Is this the pide?
Oh wow! It's beautiful!
Wow, look at that!
Oh, inside you put... Ah! Cheese and meat. Okay, we're gonna have to have some.
That's so good!
Thank you very much. Good recommendation.
Would you like some pide?
Yeah, we'll have.
I'm gonna buy it. I want to buy you.
Yeah, no, we buy you.
I'll buy you pide.
How much pieces? One.
I'll have one.
Two, one.
And we'll cut
You
it in
share.
half, okay?
Ah, beautiful.
That's so amazing.
How nice is that?
That's so amazing. Is it okay if Chris videos him making it?
Okay. Oh wow. Look, we're gonna watch him making it. Beautiful. Just rolling out the flour. Super.
Super.
Actually get to watch our pide being made here. And he's got the meat mix there, puts it in the middle, minced meat.
Mix.
Lovely. And then he folds them up. Oh, it's a bit like a giant English Cornish pasty. Super. Super. Lovely. And then they put some on the paddle, ready for the oven. And then into the oven. Super. Thank you. So they come out. Oh, and then we open the top.
Oh,
Butter.
butter.
Oh, it's good. Superb. And here they come. Wow, look at this. Look at.
So what were you saying? They cut a hole in the
They
top?
cut this hole and this flap here, and then they put the butter in.
Oh wow, that's lovely.
Superb. And you can see inside, it's like a pocket of air with mincemeat and the melted butter. Wow. Okay, give it a taste, love. What does it taste like?
It's very hot.
Oh, maybe you need to let it cool down a minute.
Burn my face.
Okay, let's wait a minute. Okay, go on, give it a go. Good, right?
The bread around it, the pide itself, is really crispy and light. Some of the pides, the open pide, are actually quite heavy, but this one is really light and really crisp. Good recommendation.
It's like a mincemeat, buttery, warm comfort food. It's really good. Good job, chef. Oh. We have to finish with a cup of tea, right?
And again, we weren't allowed to pay. Chris nearly had a fight at the till.
Yes, you're very naughty. We invited this gentleman to come and have some pide with us, and he paid the bill. He wouldn't let me pay. Naughty. Proceed to the route. Proceed to the route.
To the route.
So that was amazing. Really loved having that pide and that experience. And now we are heading to a very unusual village. Yes, the village we're going to is called Kushkoi, and apparently this village, the people communicate in a very unusual way.
And the clue is in the name, Kushkoi.
There you go, which means
Bird Village.
Bird Village. So yeah, we thought we'd go and check it out. So it's about an hour's drive into the mountains. It doesn't matter which road you turn off the coastal road, as soon as you come inland into the hills and the mountains, you're just faced with these wonderful valleys and views. All the little houses perched up on the mountains, they're just all such lovely and interesting roads. Quick pit stop because we're running out of water, and in the mountains they have lots of these little roadside taps, obviously with the best tasting water. Want to chuck us the bag, my sweetness? Go and see if the tap works. Lovely. So we spotted this tap by the side of the road here. Look at that, it's a very grand looking tap. Right. Quick fill up and then we'll be on our way. So we just fill up the Lifesaver as well, which is our water source for drinking water.
Not only that, but it means we don't have to buy plastic bottles of water.
Exactly.
Because people worry about what water are we drinking when we're on the road, but this actually enables us to drink any source of water, bar the seawater, the salt water.
Exactly. And it saves money.
It saves money, it's better for the environment. We literally use it every single day. I love it.
Yeah. And when we've had power problems,
yes,
if we had any other system like plumbed in,
yes,
and the pumps weren't working,
yeah,
we wouldn't have drinking water. But with the Lifesaver,
yeah, there's no drain on our solar power or solar energy at all. And as Chris said, when we had that moment when we had no electric for a whole day, I was able to use it to wash up, and because the pump wasn't working. The alternative is to take that off, get a glass in, start trying to take it out, but it just made it so much simpler.
it's quite entertaining driving through the villages because the looks you get, they're not expecting to see a completely branded up British camper van, and they realise the circus, what is this circus? And they see Marianne driving on the right hand side and they double take, and the reaction is just wonderful. This region of Turkey is famous for hazelnuts, and all the way down this road you can see there's hundreds of hazelnut trees.
Where did they go? Chickens. Where are the chickens? Oh, there's the chickens. Oh, it's chickens.
We're just arriving in the small village of Kuşköy, and what a picturesque, beautiful place with the river down in the valley here and a mosque. So we're going to park up and just see what's occurring. There's all those guys.
Baby, I've got 3 heads.
Merhaba. Merhaba. Merhaba.
This is the first bit of rain. In fact, you can see all the clouds up in the hills. Beautiful. It feels like a tropical rainforest, but the temperature's definitely dropped. I would say it's probably about 20 degrees.
Yeah. Oh, what a beautiful view.
What a beautiful village.
What a lovely village. And we've got the local kids escorting us.
Go and have a cup of tea.
Merhaba. Merhaba. Oh, teşekkürler.
Can I have 2 chai?
Hoş geldiniz demek istiyorum size. Adın ne?
My name is Marianne.
Chris.
And what's your name?
Kerem.
He said welcome.
Oh, teşekkürler.
Like always, Turkish people are happy to share their culture, share the experience, and just show the world how fascinating it is. This is a really old thing, because in the days when you didn't have mobile phones, you could WhatsApp people, tell them that you needed some shopping or ask them how they were. They set up a system to be able to throw their voices across the valleys. Now, rather than shouting, "Oi, how you doing?" they actually came up with a very ingenious and It's actually quite famous now. It's called the Bird Village. So what they do is they use bird whistles and they project it. So for example, if they wanted to say bread, they would whistle like the bread. You know, it's, I suppose it's a special way.
They have a method of communicating.
They have a method, and apparently this is what I've been told, is that if they're saying happy birthday, they would whistle woo 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 woo. Like, this doesn't make sense, but I know what I'm talking about.
We'll have a demo.
I know what I'm talking about. So watch this space. We're going to bring it to you shortly.
I'm going to say a few words to him. It will act according to the words I say.
Right. So this gentleman is going to throw some whistles to his friend just up there, and he'll be able to answer the question. What are you going to say to him?
Ona elini sallamasını söyleyin veyahut da horon oynamasını. Hangisini isterseniz.
Let me tell him wave his hand or okay. Okay, so I've asked him whether he would whistle. Can he wave his hand? Let's see how that works out. Super! Oh, teşekkürler. Can you teach me something simple?
Anything, just a little bit.
What is her name?
Marianne.
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 Okay. How long have people been using this language?
300 veya 500 senedir. Tarihiyle bilen yok. Bizim bu şeyden beri, doğuştan beri.
Okay, so for those of us that don't speak Turkish, he said nobody knows exactly for sure, but about 300 to 500 years. This is since my birth and since the birth of the ancestors that he knows. His grandfather used it because before there was no phone here, so they used it from the top to the bottom to be able to communicate.
Çocuklar anlayabiliyor
Süper.
ama 4-5 yaşındaki çocuklar yapamaz ama bak.
Okay. Okay.
Ha? Anladım.
He's waving back, the guy. Yeah, super.
Oh, so yeah, the kids understand it more, but don't really have a need to use it. But it's funny because, as you just saw, he whistled out and they just waved. That's so cool. Thank you so much for showing. It is so interesting.
Teşekkürler.
Super. Yeah. That's just amazing.
Şu mesela bunun evi şu karşıda.
Okay. So he said, if my friend's house is opposite, so if Ben is there, we can get in touch. So for example, this friend, he is like 1 kilometer, 1.5 kilometers. It can be spoken and we can talk, not just chat in short words. The matter will come up, whether he needs digging the field, collect the tea, collect the hazelnuts. They can have a conversation.
Superb.
I was born in a time with no mobile phones, so I really appreciate the ingenuity and intelligence of this conversation.
Evet.
Yeah.
Super.
Tamam.
Bak, bak. Okay.
Super.
Yay! Teşekkürler. Oh, that's so super. Oh, how lovely. What Turkey does best is talking and tea and relaxing. So we've come into the local chai house to have a nice cup of tea, hanging out with the guys and just hearing the stories of village life. It's so different to city life. And we were saying how being in nature, you're able to hear and see the beauty and just be away from the chaos. And that's how it feels, doesn't it? It feels
Lovely.
really lovely.
Really rural.
Lovely and rural.
I'm just going to edit the next video get started. Oh, I can hear a cat. Is that a cat?
The cat's here.
Okay, cut that.
We're trying to film.
I'm just going to start editing the next video. Oh, you're still there. That's it. It is the end of the show. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you click the subscribe button below and the bell notification so you don't miss an episode. And we will see you next time. Bye for now.